Welcome to the Seawall podcast. I'm your host, Matt Courtright. We're with Samu Manoa and Sammy Matenga.
What's up? What's up?
And we're going to be a little candid today, so I'm going to get up as much as we all want to cuddle on the couch. I just want to sit here and do the introduction and show you guys that I'm 6'2", 310, and these guys make me look like a little bitch. This is cool. So we're just going to shoot the gifts because we were just talking about how they get their film and how it's cut up for tries and gains and such. Yeah, go ahead and explain that. I'm gonna get out of frame and let you two go back and forth. We were talking about you doing your Instagram that you showed me and how you you had to do your own clips and such.
Oh yeah.
And Samu was talking about how it overseas it's so familiar all the other American sports, where they have somebody, an analyst or somebody to chop it all up, pretty much put it in a folder for you to look through, and you can go through and see where your pros and cons were for a game.
Yeah, because I would say probably for football they would have someone that cuts down stuff. In football they talk about watching a lot of film and stuff, and then back home we'd say watch go watch your clips, go watch what you do at training and stuff. But yeah, here I know that they use Huddle here. We use Huddle back home as well, and our analysts post all our post our games, post our trainings, our captains run, and then they break down each drill, maybe even our warm ups. Just every little thing, and then back home we got that as well. But also when you're in the headquarters, they've got four or more computers, and they've got a system sports code on it, and they break it down a lot more stuff.
It'd probably be nice to have it with you trying to do Instagram, is what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Sammy's dude, hand off the mic real quick. I see you, shy guy. I see it. I love
Swig.
it. Samu, thank you for coming back, bro, because the last time the audio didn't work out real well. Everybody's on the throttle of the volume, and it was a great time. We had a blast. Nobody got to really capture it because the audio was dog crap. So that's on me.
It's all good.
Trying not to cuss too much, but I'll ruin that eventually. So Samu's had us over to his house today. They even put up the Seawall podcast flag above him. Didn't have to, but really appreciated. And
it's all love,
just sitting back and having a frosty beverage, and you've been out of the game for a hot minute, and you look less stressed, bro. It looks good on you.
Oh man, just chilling and marinating, man.
Yeah,
kicking my feet up.
Yeah, you saying you guys went out a couple times this weekend, and it looked like a great time.
We stepped out this weekend. It was me and my wife's 19-year anniversary, so.
Man, happy anniversary.
Stepped out with the fans.
That's huge.
It was good.
But what's next? I mean, you got a business, and what's next on your agenda? Because, rumor is you've been flirting with moving to Hawaii, and I haven't heard anything more than that, and now the mic's on and the camera's on, and I'm going to ask you, what's up?
Man, just waiting to see if some things fall through. But, probably going to see what's up with some coaching.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so I'm ready to breed some hitters, so.
Yeah, it's time to go to the coaching level?
I can step in that scenery, see what's good.
Well, I mean, the reality is you've been doing it as a player for long enough, so you might as well go do it officially.
I got a lot on this on this head that I gotta get back, man. So
That's killer to hear.
it's go to waste if I just hold it to myself. So I gotta teach somebody this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially get an opportunity to go somewhere else and see what it's like there.
Oh yeah.
How long you been here in the Northwest?
2022. About almost 3 years.
Okay. 3?
Almost 3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably to 3 years. So
No
Close to
interest
that.
in going back to the Bay Area?
nah, we'll see what's up.
Okay. Yeah,
If
yeah.
there's a if there's a MLR team in the Bay, I'm touching base over there for sure.
Let's be honest, the Bay needs an MLR team. There's a lot of action down in that area.
I'm trying to see what's up. Some people back home,
Yeah. That'd
some
be
guys
fun.
with some big money back home.
Yeah,
trying to
why don't
set
you
up a
just make
team.
that happen, baller?
I'm just trying to see what's up, man. So tap in, man. If you're in the Bay, trying to invest, get a Bay team out there going in this MLR league. Let's talk, man. We need a Bay team out there for real. It's a lot of Bay folks everywhere, just not in the Bay. So
Yeah, I mean, you got St. Mary's. That comes to my mind right away. I'm thinking like Alex Glover played for them, right?
beat the
Yep.
Messiah,
Hall, Henry Hall, too.
Henry Hall, Fengy for San Diego. There's a lot of youngsters that came out of St. Mary's.
Yeah, no, it's a massive, respectable, and they talk about what is the? I want to say it's the coach for Cal.
John Clark.
Yeah, like they talk about trying to bring him in as an MLR coach because he's, American and he's good at his job, but at the same time, that job there at Cal is like pretty much designed for him. So,
Yeah,
university money is pretty big money. I wonder like if he'd even be interested.
yeah. Cal got a good program. They got a good program over there, man. So
Yeah. Yeah, definitely one of the best in America anyway. Yeah.
oh yeah, they got a nice field too up there.
One more time?
They got a nice field up there too.
Oh, do they? I've
Out there
never
in
been
Berkeley.
there.
It's just above the Cal football stadium.
Okay.
So
And is that in Berkeley?
that's in Berkeley.
Okay.
It's tucked right there in between the hills too. So it's clean.
Yeah. You got to be missing the Bay Area.
I do miss the Bay, man, but home will always be home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I like the area that you're in right now. There's like, it's next to everything, but it's still off the beaten path. So it's not like Seattle, Tacoma, like
Oh,
in
yeah.
the beat,
We tucked in the side.
right? Well, Sammy, we're going to go back to you for a question. Say, I've seen that you've been traveling on your own lately. I'm not going to ask you statistics and how you feel about the game and all that because, let's be honest, you're a warrior. You're always going to want to fight. You're always going to be competitive. I know the answer. I want to ask questions I don't know the answer. And I also want to ask questions that, like, maybe nobody's heard before, which really isn't that big of a deal. It's just more personal. So, like, you've been traveling. Like, I saw one of your interviews was you're up in Vancouver. Grenville, I want to say, or something like that.
Yeah, Granville.
Granville,
Yeah.
okay.
Because we had planned to go to the Granville market, and we were there, and then it was just like same time as when they had wanted us to do the podcast, and so I was like, yeah, I'll just bust it down in the car. And while I was there, I just did it in the car. So
Yeah, you're spot on. But no, also like, anybody wants to know, his Instagram will be posted on this. Go check it out because he's been all over.
Yeah.
He was just you just flew back from San Diego. We were just cussing and discussing about this earlier. So like,
Yeah.
you go to San Diego for the game, you fly back, you jump in the car with the Queen in the kiddo, and roll back down to like San Francisco, LA, and then double back and it looked like a great time.
yeah, it was.
What was your
I've-
favorite part?
definitely not the drive.
Yeah.
I thought it just kind of was easier to, like, instead of paying for a flight and then you have to try and find a car type thing, just driving there and having my car was easier. So I just did that. But it was a mean experience. I haven't been to the Bay or haven't seen around LA, especially knowing this guy for a while, and all he talks about is the Bay. So least I could do is go try and see it on the way down to LA, and then seeing the Golden Gate Bridge. That thing's.
Did you listen to a lot of Too Short and E40 while you're down there?
Oh yeah, this guy gave my partner a whole bunch of songs. LA, or she named it something, and then we're just listening to that all the way down. Keek the Sneak and E40 and.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, I instantly think of E40 and his, clutch, unique tone, like Bay Area, just instantly ringing in my head.
Yeah, but yeah, I haven't done a long drive like that. What, it was 12 hours straight to the Bay, another 6 to LA, and I struggled on the way just to the Bay and got to the Bay, and then went straight to the Golden Gate Bridge, took some photos, and then I was like, nah, we were just gonna just carry on or have a sleep in the car and then carry on. I was like, nah, I need to get a hotel.
Yeah.
And then we stayed. Went to Oakland.
What do you think, California?
Oh, you don't want to talk about that?
No, let's talk about Oakland. Let's talk about Oakland.
Say that, bro.
Went to what's it called? International.
Yeah, I sent him to Oakland. He was like, hey, him and sis was like, man, we want to eat some good tacos. I was like, you ain't finna get no tacos out there in Frisco. If you want some good Mexican food, you gotta go to the town. You gotta go to Oakland. And it was like, what's a good spot? I was like, I can send you to 4-8. That's deep, East Oakland. Or I can just send you to Sinaloa's. I was like, go to Sinaloa's. It's better, easy for you guys to get to Sinaloa. I was like, yeah, you guys just go to Sinaloa.
Didn't send you to In-N-Out Burger at least.
Yeah, so he told me to go to Sinaloa. All right, sweet. No warnings. So we went over the bridge, and then as we were just starting to get into, we were starting to pull up to International Boulevard or something. Boom! It was just thick of homeless, which is kind of like back home, like the homeless and a lot of stuff that we see here, which is kind of normal or whatever. It's not like that normal back home. Like you might see a couple homeless, and like the odd prostitute maybe down the street, but it's like that, but just on 100 here.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. And so when we went to we just went into Oakland, and we were like, oh, it looks a bit rough. Seeing a whole bunch of homeless their homes, and then I was like, oh, pulled up the lights. To the right, there was a police car, with their lights on. I was like, oh, something's happening over there, driving on. And meanwhile, my partner's videoing. She's like, oh, what the heck, rough as. And then we're videoing, and then and then there was prostitutes. And then I was just like, oh. Then she put the phone down, and we were just driving. I was just like, oh, what the heck. To the right, and we're at the Sinaloa. And I was just like, man, this guy set us up. And then I was like, damn, we in. Well, I thought it was the thick of Oakland, but it's actually not even.
Yeah,
it was on the edge actually, and I was like, oh, bro, what the heck? But that was an experience.
I was glad he got the video. That thing was comedy. It was like, man, Samu got us messed up. She was like, Samu got messed up as soon as they bent the corner. The boys are right there doing something. I think they was on somebody. The cops were all right there. And then you just hear sis over there. Oh, the po-pos? Oh, hell no. We got to get up out of here.
Yeah, so this guy told us to get the super burrito from Sinaloa, which was...
I told him, I was like, hey, okay, the burritos, man. I'm telling you, our burritos is different. They like same length as our arms. And he took a photo. I was like, for real, watch. Then he took a photo, put the burrito down. He put his arm next to it. It was the same length. I was like, I told you, bro.
Damn.
But yeah, so that was
So that's definitely one for the memory banks.
yeah.
What else you got? I mean, like, so I mean, you've been cruising all over. Like, of course, like, hold on, I don't like saying like. So there's that. And I know my son's listening to this. You know,
Yeah.
wanting to edit the shit out of it. So your first time to America was coming up and playing the Seawolves and Houston, because the week before you played us, we got to make note, he made a try in Houston. That's a
Yeah.
big deal in your in your
My position.
internet information.
Yeah. No, yeah, well, yeah, so in 2019, I got the call up to play for Tasman Marcos back home. I was just playing club rugby, and then I got the call up. Had about 3 games for them, which was awesome. And then in 2020, they planned this this tour to come to America, and then I was in the team, and a couple other boys. Tiahi Waru, he played for Fiji in the World Cup just recent, and a couple other boys. He's T's one of the bros, and so he was on the tour with us, and yeah, so then we came over, went to Houston, and then leading up to the Houston game, I seen this try that I think Argentina did against Tonga, and then and it was like a little trick move around the front, and so I was like, oh yeah, we'll do this, da da da, and we practiced it, and then when we got to Houston, that was one of our first plays on their 5-meter line. Did like a fake maul. I came from the back, wrapped around the front, and then I was meant to pass it to the hooker, obviously, and I just dummied and put the ball down. And then, yeah, and then so I scored that, and then we ended up beating Houston by 10 points. Sam Windsor was in the team, yeah, he was saying.
Yeah, Neener Sam.
Yeah. He was in the team, and then, yeah, we came to Seattle, and then versus the Seattle team at the time, and then we lost by 10 points.
And that was that 21 or 22?
That was 2020.
That was 2020.
It was
right before
January before the
okay.
yeah, before COVID. I think COVID must have hit like March or something.
Okay.
Like, you know, March, and we came in April. I'm pretty sure it was like 19 or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, so we came Seattle, and it was a fun ass time. When we went to Houston, we went to an NBA game, which, you know, that's different compared to what we got back home. You know?
What did you think of the NBA game? Because I went to my first NBA game in probably 2 decades, because I'm that old. And we went to Boston and got to see the Celtics play the Heat the first round of the playoffs. I was giddy. I didn't realize how much fun that is.
Yeah.
So sucked up into rugby the last couple of years, not thinking about other sports, and like get to go to that, and like that was a blast.
Yeah.
What did you think being your first time in America going to an NBA game?
Yeah, well, I like, how do you say it? Like, I don't really watch NBA on TV. I only played on the 2K on the games, but it was new to me because there's no stoppage. Like, you know, music's always playing before the game, and then they might have a little announcement. It was a MLK. It was his what? It's like a not birthday.
Oh yeah, holiday. It's January 18th typically.
Martin Luther. Yeah. It was his holiday at the time. So then they had someone was talking about him. Then they had the national anthem, and then, you know, they run out, and when the home team's playing, you know, they're all chanting when they're going up the court, and then when they score, come back, and they're like, defense. Yeah, non-stop cheering, and then when they had the break, you know, like the cheerleaders come on, or people throwing towels type stuff, and I was just like, man, you don't want to move from your seat, or you might miss something, you know, like, especially when it's your first time. Like, I sat in my seat, and they had the flex camera, so it was a lot. That was definitely one of my highlights when I first came to America.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture it through your eyes and through your words, and no, it's probably a lot to take in.
It's like, you know, like, cause I don't know, like watching. I've watched a lot of rugby games, like live and stuff like that. Probably like one of the best rugby games I play was actually rugby league, because I support New South Wales Blues.
Okay.
So it's the state of origin in Australia, and yeah, those games are quite full on and jam-packed stadiums every time, and they always got, you know, the fire flames going and all performances going on and stuff like that. So they're usually like one of my favorite games to go to, and yeah, I'm a die-hard Blues fan.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. We're learning something new.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I grew up in Sydney for 10 years of my life, so all my teenage years from 8 to 18,
Okay.
and then grew up in Sydney. So, yeah, that's why I go for...
So, you were born in New Zealand.
Yeah.
What part of New Zealand?
I was born in Gisborne. It's like the east coast of the North Island.
Okay.
So I was born there. Then we moved to Wellington, capital of New Zealand, and then we moved. This guy said Christchurch. Yeah, and then my family there, we all moved to Sydney, for, you know, sort of better life, or, you know, my dad had a good paying job when he came to Sydney, so we obviously took that, and then I did all my teenage years, and then I got the opportunity to play first 15 for my high school, Gisborne Boys High School.
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity through Rico Gear, who's like a cousin of mine, Rico Gear and Jose Gear. And they're both my whanangas. So, and then, yeah, so he gave me the path to go to Gisborne Boys, did kind of well. And then went down to Christchurch Crusaders Academy for 3 years, and then got picked up into the Marcos, and
Just took off from there, didn't it?
pretty much, yeah.
And here we are.
And here we are.
It's cool. I mean, I've read it, but I want to try and I thank you for elaborating and telling it in your version versus what the internet says.
Yeah.
Because
That's good.
no, it's like so I was looking at, because I have limited knowledge of New Zealand. Never been there.
Yeah.
Bucket list kind of thing, you know. And my son, though, has been there for, you know, like a month, and I sent him in 2017 after graduation. And he went to Whakatane, which I realize is only like
That's
2
not too
hours
far away
away.
from Gisborne.
Pardon?
It's not too far away from where I'm from.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
figuring out. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I know that the population down there, like, kind of like reflecting back on the Bay Area and your experience of, like, holy shock value, Batman, you know? So, like, the population being different, what I got from the population was a lot more like, I think of the coast, going up and down the west coast, and how the trees are. I noticed that a lot with North Island anyways, in the Bay of Plenty. When my son would send me pictures, I'm like, wow, this looks so familiar to me.
Yeah. That's how I feel when I'm in Seattle, because the greenery and the trees, it reminds me of home, and sort of the weather as well.
Yeah, let's talk to the girls. The ladies, the wags.
Better halves of here.
Right? The better halves. So tell me, or tell whoever you wish, you know, what's it like being, you know, having a spouse that's a professional athlete and being drug all over the country, and all the pros and cons that come with it, you know, like a lot of people don't see behind the scenes of what y'all dealing with, and you know, like, it's kind of, I don't know, like, to me, outside looking in, I'm thinking it's kind of like a military wife, in a sense, like, because sometimes they're nowhere to be found, and you're just holding down the household, so to speak. I mean, share to elaborate, you know, like.
I've never thought about it like that, but it kind of is like that. But army-wise, their partners moving on to like months. We're lucky enough to have our partners just through like an away game and all that. But yeah, it's definitely like you see a lot of sacrifice that the boys make, and then I feel like think about the partners that has to double that or with kids and stuff. Like, the sacrifice that they make, and you see a lot of partners, like a lot of rugby boys will shout out to their wives because they're also making a sacrifice and also deciding to stand beside them in this journey.
No, that's huge because like you're making the biggest sacrifice. You know, holding up your family. He's off. You know, let's be honest. The kid needs changing. You're the only one looking at him, going, "All right, I don't get to trade out on this one," or crying nights sometimes where he's dog tired and maybe you know he's got an early start or he has a late start or he's on a flight home or wow.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely have to work around their schedule. Yeah.
Get it deleted.
I mean, I feel other people's, like, I know when you start answering, I'll be like, this will come to my head as well.
Yeah. Now make sure you put the microphone in front of your face because we all tend to point and go like, and then I can't hear nothing.
I got you.
No, what's it like? Because you've been doing this. How long you? Let's start there, Lo. How long have you been in this game with him running around the world?
Since before, yeah, like high school, he introduced it to me. So I watched my first rugby game in high school, and ever since that, I forgot about football. So. And I'm a Raider girl. I'm a Raiderette. You know what I mean? From the get. Before him, that was all of it. So, but anyway, he would leave for weeks out in high school. And then his parents, you know, some of his family wanted him to go the football route, you know, and we did that. We went to college. He had a full scholarship to go and play football, and then we both dropped out of college. But, okay, it's not for us, not for him, and I had my own, you know, challenges with family that I had to tend to back home, and he was like, "That's my cue. I'm out." I was like, "What? This ain't got nothing to do with you." But he was dead. As soon as he made his mind up, it was about rugby. He was like, "That's it," you know. And then when we went abroad, before he got his first contract, he was out to New Zealand, and that was the longest we've been apart. That was like 6 months.
Wow.
We had our third baby, and then second week he left to New Zealand. To Christchurch.
You see here? She was born 2 weeks before I.
The freshman, right?
Yeah. So that was, I think, the longest. But when you say, you know, like a military life, I mean, that's a different level. You know what I mean? Like that's unsure of too, because you don't know if will they make it back. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's an extreme.
Yeah. So that makes my worries small and my challenges that we went through not so serious. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, especially you guys aren't old maids. You know what I mean? Like you guys are young bloods, and you guys are doing this, and it's outside looking in. I don't know that people really think about that, you know, and just think about your perspective as a wife or girlfriend, you know, and like how much your responsibility is. They have to lean on you. I mean, they got their responsibilities, you got yours, and you're doing it.
I think the time you mentioned earlier, like having to stay in touch, communicating with Sam, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you wanna?
I was just gonna say that sometimes as like partners, we forget how much we actually sacrifice or what we do until like friends like Faisal here or like other friends will bring it up to me like, man, I hope your partner knows how lucky he is because you're not like for us we're from New Zealand / Australia. So
Right.
we have no family here. This is our family, our chosen family. But we came here within the family, not knowing anyone or anything. And yeah, we just, because I'm like supporting my partner, so we forget. And then other people are like, hey, just letting you know, like, that's kind of awesome. Not a lot of people do that. Or like even think to do that. And it just goes past your head. You just think you're being a supportive partner. And they're like, you're flying like 24 hours with a kid. Like, does that not like click to you? That's crazy.
Right.
I'm like, hey, you know.
Right, you're like, this is my normal.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
No, that's, thank you for sharing. What's your favorite part about this that you're doing with being a WAG and supporting? Like, is there a part that you enjoy? I mean, hey, I don't know about you, but I like not sharing the remote with my wife when she's gone. So, I mean, what's it like?
I think it's different because I have a kid. So it's like, even when he's gone, I have a mini him. I actually have, this one I have to change nappies. Like, my son eats the same. I just have to wipe this person's ass.
Oh! True storm's coming out. Sammy's getting called out. Yes, this is exactly why we're interviewing you.
What about you, sis? 'Cause you got 8 of them.
Shoot.
100.
Yeah, well, I think favorite part is strengthening the relationship. It really tests your relationship in so many ways.
Oh, I can only imagine the knockout dragouts.
I'm sure
That's just
every
being people.
rugby couple, sport athlete couple can relate. You know, it's like you go, he goes, you go, and you're just. It's just that leaving all the trust to God. Like, give me the strength, courage to be strong. You know, help us like overcome situations and like obstacles. You know, because it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, but this is for the better. This is for the future. This is, you know, and not being supportive in a sense of like, we, like Tony said, we make our sacrifices. We leave our dreams so that we can hopefully push through.
Yeah.
You know? And keep the family grounded and all that. Just being mom and dad when they're away. You know what I'm saying? That's hard, but you have that support system. And I feel like the best part I love is creating these relationships. You know, these are lifelong. And
Yeah,
I don't
you
see
have.
it as like these are my friends. You know, they know because when I introduce them, these are my sisters. You know what I mean? Or that's my brother. It's solid. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's thicker than blood. You know.
You guys
But
really
I'm
have
invested in this.
a unique bond because of the friendship and where it's based out of.
That's the rugby. Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's what you make of it. Because you can come and be like, stuck at home, you don't want to go and socialize or whatever. But when you put yourself out there, you learn that everyone is going through what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? There's love out there. Don't trip. You're not alone in this, you know? And that's the same with the guys when they're out there. If they're around the right guys, they're going to be okay. And just FaceTime me, or when it was us, you will Skype.
Skype.
Right.
That was so sad.
Before Zoom and FaceTime, it was Skype or Ubu, you know? But yeah, man, these are blessings. So I don't have any regrets. But these are good times, you know?
I love the fact that you're looking at it that way because it's going to be over tomorrow. It's kind of like the kids. Like, I now have a 25-year-old and he's out on his own and all that jazz. So like, seems like yesterday I was in your shoes raising a family and all that. And like, and the bonds that you have during this time is huge because, I don't know, kids are a lot of work. Especially the more you have, I can only imagine because I only have one. And that was a lot for me. But, you know, and then you're off. You know, the guys are off and such. I realize I'm not on camera, so they can't see my hand gestures. But like, it's a selfish act on your behalf, in all sincerity. I mean, we all know it. I'm just saying out loud because you wanted a family and you're getting your family, but then you got these guys that are like, I got this unique job, and I got to go travel to Boston tomorrow. It's a 6-hour flight. You're going all the way across the freaking country.
It's important. Like, we have to balance everything, everyone's emotions, and, you know.
Yeah.
Because when Dad comes home, he's tired, he's disappointed or upset or through the roof excited. It doesn't matter, but we have to be prepared to like deliver in all the other aspects in the home that they're not able to have in those, you know, those downtimes especially. You know?
Yeah,
Feed off of everybody,
where
especially
you're
parents.
both there, but like not present a whole
So like
100%.
we kind of have to like keep some things that we want to like that we want to address because it's not the right time.
Yeah.
Saying
Keep the
like-
peace
That is so hard.
after the-
It's so hard,
after the
and it's
game.
like, where's our outlet? You know what I'm saying? Where's our outlet? We have each other, really. And then it's, well, if you're Christian, then you get it, like, full on. There's the only man that's there other than your husband or boyfriend to keep you together. You know? Because you're like, a lot of times people just see the glam and, they got these brand stuff, and then it's like, you know what? You don't know the ugly. You don't know the real. You know what I mean? It's like, but I love that. It makes the skin thicker. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many layers to the relationship and to them as players. Because when they see that in us, it helps encourage them to go full on.
And outside looking in, it's fun to see it. It's fun to see big old Samu be just putty in her hand. It's fun. It's fun to watch because it's out of respect, right? And just to see that, like same with you guys, and seeing Sammy, like, well, Sammy's not the same personality as Samu. Let's be real clear on that. But at the same time, he's a man's man, and he gets in that mode of like playing, which would be very similar to war. I mean, it is the closest game we go to without killing each other. And and then they got to turn it off when they come back, and they're like, "I love you. Can you change one more diaper before I come back to like holy? I'm in the family. I'm no longer on the pitch. You know." Yeah, no, and you guys are having to do it too. Hence, but I love that you feel like you're Mama Bear. That's all there is to it, love. You know what I'm saying? And right, and recognize the strength that it takes to do that, let alone raise your family and then help out other young families because this is their first time. How's that? I mean, has that really helped to have that to lean on when you're like, yeah, I'm going crazy. I wonder what Lowe's doing.
Oh, definitely. Like coming here, the first game that I came, we did months apart because I didn't get my visa the same time he did. So he left and it was just me and Silas, and we were just waiting. So we were kind of apart for a little bit. And when I came to the first game, didn't know anyone, haven't met anyone. But these girls have seen me on Samuel's Instagram or know that I exist. I'm standing in line getting food, trying to be, eating, like, not showing face, and you just see a group of girls like, "Hi, are you Samuel's partner? We're sitting over here. When you're ready, come, you bring babies, sit with us, And they would just, like, introduce themselves, like, show me the ins and outs, and invite me everywhere, and, yeah. I was kind of shy the first year. I wouldn't come to Courtright, and them two would be like, "Where's your partner? Where's your partner? She needs to come. You can't come without her because you told me she's just at home sitting by herself."
Yeah, I turned up on time, and we were getting told off by Lodi. Like, you didn't tell Shay to bring the Ghana, and then he bends the corner, looks at me, it's like, I was like, "Sir, what the hell, bro? You don't want to."
I'm getting chewed out.
Yeah.
Man, the wives were going on a karaoke night, and they invited me. But the way, if you know Samuel, the way he words things, It's like, it was like a petty invite. Like, oh, she can come if she wants. And then when I said that to them, they're like, no, we said she needs to come. They're lucky, they lucky I did it, because I throw down in the karaoke.
Sounds like we're playing another karaoke night. That's what I just heard.
For real. Yeah, it was definitely helpful. My son was only like 6 months, 7 months at the time, so, and I had my kid in New Zealand, all my family lived in Australia, so I pretty much raised Silas for the whole first year on my own. So when I seen Mo 8 kids and how helpful she was and like the in and outs that she was giving me, I was like, yeah, it was. I appreciate them so much for that. And yeah, and my son didn't even have kids, but she be one of
acting like a mom.
Yeah, she auntie,
She's the second mom.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
What's it like in this? It's like the sacrifices you make, even though you don't have kids, like
Yeah.
you must get lonely still.
Oftentimes it would, but I guess when we would have talks, very much, this is the dream, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna support you. It's gonna be hard, but honestly, for me personally, prayer helped a lot. Like, mom was like, I'm gonna keep the faith, very encouraging, do as the best that I could, to be honest, be very supportive and encouraging as well. There is a lot of ups and downs when it comes to this line of work for them. They put their body on the line, their mental, a lot of times they'll put their lips up, sometimes they wouldn't, they're victorious. But honestly, just being the backbone, like, they can't stand up, okay, I want to do it type of thing, and just be that ear and they don't want your response. Like, there'll be times I'll say, you want advice or do you tell me this?
The thing us guys suck at asking.
Yeah.
Or accepting.
They are.
Guilty.
They be telling girls we can't read your mind. I be saying it to boys all the time. We can't read your mind.
Oh yeah.
All this money.
But I feel like
All this mind
They
care.
both of them. You can't read y'all, man. Y'all should know by now.
19 years.
But I feel like when you're with your partner for so long, you start to know when they don't want advice and they just want you to listen. And oftentimes, just letting them vent is very important because there'll be words that are said. Sometimes you don't understand it. Sometimes you figure it out months later. Like all the dots will connect and you'll see it because you only see what they show you. You only see because we don't go to practices. We don't go to captain runs all the time. We don't be in their meetings or their classes. We just hear, oh, how was your day? And tell you what they that's all you gotta go based on.
Yeah, kind of what they want you to hear, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like just as a partner, you just gotta be very, very supportive. And a big thing for me too is just like your dream is my dream and my dream is your dream. So if this is what you want to do, I'm all into it, type of thing, But meeting these girls, because when Tanya came, I was also very shy at a time. They were like, you should come. Like, okay, I got class. Especially because I'm the youngest. I'm the baby of the group. So when I just started getting invited to places, I met them at a Rugby. And then I was just like, okay, so these are the girls. Yeah, 5. I was like, okay. But I was very blessed to meet them because I've never experienced a friendship or a bond like this, Like, very, very solid. Like, even when I introduced them, I'm like, oh, these are my sisters, or we go out, my brothers are here, no. And then there'll be a lot of times where they would get me out of, it's like, situations. And they'll be like, Samu. And you're like, what's good, bro? Or Sammy, I'll be like, Sam.
That's awesome.
Friday night, someone had to be big bro.
Real quick.
Saturday night, Samuel had to be big bro.
Everybody takes their turn, huh?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think something that's very nice as well is, even though, they all travel a lot, we don't really, we gotta work for our lives. We don't get to plan special days. Sometimes we don't get to celebrate anniversaries or birthdays because, they're working.
Right.
But I feel like when you shift your mentality, like, no, this is bigger than me, this is bigger than us, then you don't really focus focus on all the worldly things that we think are important. Or, oh, that person, he don't treat you right if you don't do this, and that.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's not the case. The thing is, I knew what I was signing up for. And if I'm all in, I'm all in. I'm going to respect you, and what you want to do, and I'm going to be supportive. But it's like Lo said, there'll be things where they come back and let's say they have a terrible game, come home to lose. You can't address things yet. You gotta literally just wait it out. Or sometimes you gotta deal with it on your own, and sometimes I'll catch myself like, it's not that serious. I gotta learn. So there's no point in addressing it. But if it's still bothering me, it's like, what do we need to talk about? All love, no anger. It's just, I didn't like this.
That's the mature you, especially being the young blood of all of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, because like it takes some people never learn it in a lifetime, let alone you're learning it right now in the hardest part of your life. In all sincerity, so hats off to you, Queen.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I didn't have this mentality until I met these two. And the other girls that were part of my life. Because honestly, something I was always taught as a young age is, if you want to be young-minded, people with your age. Or your age, and I'm not being olders. So when I met them, Mo taught me a lot about being able to how to time. And the other two girls as well. They taught me how to be patient. They invited me to a lot of events, whether it's just be going out to kick it or just be at the house. Like, this is something we'll do errands on. And there's sometimes there'll be times where I just don't talk, I just listen. Someone will do it. And I would get fed game just by listening to the conversation. Like, okay, that's how you handle it. Okay, let me try it. And I'll find myself in that situation. Like, this turned out so much differently compared to where I would have initially handled it,
Yeah, no, because knee-jerk reactions are exactly that, right? Like, like what you just, you go through your emotions, like, oh, wait a minute, maybe that's not what was portrayed. Here we go. Hold on.
And also something I've learned too is like little boys, they're very short of words. They're very small words. So it's just like give them a question, they'll just be like, answer it very short, quick. But yeah, with these guys, it's all family, very solid. It's all about love because for instance, her daughter graduated as a mom. And we were just all there, quote unquote, like we were part of the family. Like for real, you guys are. Like,
No, and that's clutch because like they need you as much as you need them.
yeah.
And they're just leading by example because they've been here before. Yeah, which is killer. I mean, it's fun to hear, and I'm so glad you're sharing it because everybody needs to hear that because, Lo, you stepped up. You didn't have to, but you stepped up naturally by being just a leader. You two are like the dynamic duo, couple-wise, with the Wags. I mean, I'm not comparing you against anybody, right? But like, respectfully, it's hard. It's not like you're putting yourself into a position at times that's probably not always comfortable because you got your own family to deal with, and then trying to help other people get through their molehills that they think are mountains, but they're molehills because you're like, you want to see a molehill, girl? Let me show you this. Right? You got one kid. I got 6 staring at me right now because the other 2 are in school or down for a nap or whatever,
No, absolutely. I think everything they've gone through, I've experienced. It's just, it took all that to go through what they're going through to have the wisdom that I have now. So I don't see them like, you have to experience this stuff. And like Sasha, patience is key. A lot of times it's like, I want to just go ham on something. You know what I mean?
Well, and I'm sure in the past you've done that, and that's why you're so wise.
Yeah, I learned all that. Okay, no,
Right?
beat up enough in the game.
Yeah, now that you're physically bent, let me get you mentally, buddy. All right, stand back.
Samu's a man of few words. Like, I remember them having an article on him in Northampton with that. The man of few words. He's very much that. But I'll just know the level of extremity from what he shows me. You know what I mean? And like what Sa said, a lot of times don't have to say anything. But if I ask him a question and he goes pouring it out, I can't comfort him. Or just not use that against him. You know what I mean? Because he's vulnerable. And it's hard for a man to be vulnerable. But the fact that he can be lets me know that he trusts me enough, Like, don't kick the man in the dirt.
Oh, I'm over here like,
down,
preach, sister,
like,
preach, because like
you know?
this is the biggest molehill in every relationship of men and women, especially like dudes that are dudes and girls that are girls. You know, like where you're playing your part of the role, and yeah, to not judge each other for being different than the other person, and recognizing that's the dynamic and why you're doing so well together.
I don't say like my challenges as a mom is bigger than his. No. You know, there's different times I have to cover for you too. And there's been many times that he covers for me too. Every time I've had a kid, someone never missed any of the labors. Like, he was there for first appointments and having a baby, no matter where he was in the world. You know what I mean?
That's huge.
But that's not, I hit him up like, you better be there. Don't, you know? That's him wanting to be there. 'Cause every time, babe, make that World Cup, babe. Nah, I'm not missing my baby's birth, you know? And I love it, but sometimes, like, it's like, yo, I want to see you shine. Like, you've worked so hard for this. Get it. You know what I mean? I don't mind. Like, there's been so many girls on him, and I'm like, thank you. That's my man. But, okay. You can
Right.
just him. You know?
Right?
But,
I get him later. Go ahead, warm him up, because I get him later.
yeah. No, but I love that. And even with them, they see me as like, oh, I learned from Lo, but there's been times we share all the time, every time. And as much as we get together, there's new things to talk about all the time, you know? And a lot of times I see myself in them, or they remind me of situations and that's how we help each other out, you know? It's like, oh, get Sam, you better tell him, sis. Like, no, but, you know, it's getting to understand the dynamics of the relationship and not just, it's hard because I've seen relationships go down because it's always, well, what about me? Why didn't you, but you didn't do this, you know? And it's like, understanding is crucial. It's essential to the relationship and how they communicate and how I read you and how you know what I mean? But it's all love, no matter what. Like, yeah.
But also too, it's like, I don't know what Lorraine said, it's just, I feel like what's also important is every little ounce of achievement or accomplishment is to do. It may seem hard, like easy to some people, but sometimes it's very hard to make those goals, you know? And to actually meet them. So I feel like, you know, just,
They need a cheerleader.
yeah, like being that number one cheerleader, because you know, everyone has family, like what's different when it's coming from your partner, you know? You didn't grow up with that person. You didn't know this person from childhood, like, from when you're a kid, you know? This is somebody that you opened up to, you allow yourself to be vulnerable with, that you build a connection with, and a relationship. Where it's like, I trust you and you trust me, so I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna be that cheerleader. So I feel like it is important to celebrate every little step that they make. Because sometimes it's hard for people to make the first step or the move, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
What? No, keep the mic. What's been your favorite experience on this trip?
There's a lot, to be honest.
No, let it come. Like that's what we're doing. We're just shooting a gift.
So I think being exposed to being exposed to a different world. You know, like there's basketball world. I've been a part of that. That's my sport. I've been a part of track. Been around football. You know, my whole family, Seahawks, Bengals, and then we got the 49ers and everything. But with rugby, I saw a different culture in terms of family. You know, they're very big on it. Like I've never been called sis by so many different people. I'm being for real, like
from all over the world.
Yeah. Not only that, but you know, I've gone to places like, oh, it's nice to see you again, and then they leave. You know, just part ways. But
That's it.
yeah, in the rugby world, just you know, you get invited and included into things that you wouldn't necessarily think. Oh, you thought about me. That's great. Yeah, I'll be there. And also, you see a different level of support from strangers from all over the place. So I feel like that's a good thing as well. Because it just kind of shifts your way of looking at the world. You know, when you see people who play rugby, oh, I
I know this person. I remember we were placing all over the place. Oh, what's good? So I was like, why do you know people in this area? Like, from when and where and why?
Right.
So, coming here from New Zealand / Australia, we're like, man, we're gonna meet a lot of new people. We're at games and we're like, oh, hey. Because there's Kiwis, there's like Samoans out there, there's Australians. We're like, oh, South Africans, but like, we're all just crossing paths, like, and everyone's like, how do you know that someone said, how do you know this person? Like, oh, rugby? How do you know them? Oh, rugby. We played rugby back in college, or like club rugby back home. I remember someone would be telling us when we went to France, he'd be like, oh, when we see other like Tongan people or like other people we know from back in America, it's like, oh, we know them. Like, that's crazy. Like, we're across the ocean,
Right.
yeah.
Right, it's not as lonely
It's
as
not.
other sport.
It's not as small as you think.
Definitely.
And it's like, it's funny because, like, when you see them again, it's like nothing changed. Like, a lot has changed. Growth, you know, more kids, maybe different promise, who knows, but, like, you just pick up where you left off. And that's
Totally. I'm not gonna beat it with a drum, but you touched on it earlier. The whole Christian beliefs and such. It's like, you know, this is one of these where my son gets me. I say things I shouldn't say as I get older. Less cares given.
I'm
You know.
not downplaying any other religion. I'm just saying.
No, but I'm over here like it's a good way to learn the values is through rugby because we're all expressing them, even though we're not beating that drum of like Christianity. We're not doing that. We're showing through example, and it's huge. Yeah. No, it's like the world is just the rugby world in itself is just the more we're all involved. I mean, I'm looking at you, Samu, as like you've been involved longer than all of us, you and Mo, and just the fact that all the stories you shared, like Northampton stories when we were kicking it the other, you know. Last time we did a podcast that was terrible compared to this, but you know, like the stories that come out of you as you like will remember another one and remember, like I know we all are on the same side of this situation where we're like we love listening to these stories, and I love listening to girls' stories too, because like you're gonna have different stories than the guys are gonna have because different situations present themselves. Like,
Different aspects.
yeah, no, it's fun. Talk to me, someone. You've been leading this whole, you know, what's up?
No, I just like listening to, you know, the girl side, you know what I mean? Wise up partner side is how they feel on their journey, because they're on the same journey as us. To tell the truth, man, it wouldn't be fun if I didn't have Lowe, you know what I mean? Because that's what I go training, all that stuff, but I really look forward to going home. You know, it's cool, but you know, when I go home, it's like, I hear the noise, I see the toys everywhere, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? This is what we do it for, it's for a fan, you know what I mean?
It's nice to have a partner in crime.
Ourselves, you know what I mean? We want to reach that peak in rugby, because, you know, that's what we dream of doing, but this is what we do it for, you know what I mean? And, you know, when these guys, I'm going to tell you something like a story, when these guys moved, when my kids wanted to come back to the States, when we were still in France, I was like, you guys want to move back? They're like, yeah. So these guys moved back, and I ended up, you know, those few weeks that these guys are already moved back to the States, I would come home. There's a big old house, like, it's just me, and there's no noise. You know, I'm so used to coming home, there's noise, the house is, you know what I mean? Because we had a cleaner, so the cleaner always clean the house, so it's just clean. I would come home, and I'll grab toys and just throw it everywhere.
I can totally see it.
I throw there, I went upstairs,
He's like, I didn't make that.
yeah, all the kids' beds, I'll rip all the sheets off, feel me? Throw clothes from their closet, throw it on the floor.
You just want a house that looked lived in.
Yeah, like the kids are home. So that's what I used to do. I used to come home, jump in the pool, get out, walk in the house, walk straight upstairs to all the kids' room, and just look at their rooms. Like,
Which is funny because you're painting this picture like as if your house is in cluttered shambles or something. Like it's not. Like outside looking in, man. I used to be a real estate appraiser, so I literally go to people's houses for a living, right? So I've been to a lot of houses and a lot of trifling houses, and you know, like, oh hey, we're going to Samu's and Lowe's, and they got, you know, a bunch of kids, you know, 4-on-4.5 court, and your house has never come across as cluttered, or I mean, not even cluttered. Sure as hell had never been dirty. And then I sitting over here that one night and I saw your second boy, and he must have cleaned this kitchen 4 times that night. I mean, it's not like I was just here for an hour either, you know, but like this dude was on like a cycle, and I was like, Samu, dude, is your kid messing with me, bro? Like, is that normal? And he's like, yeah, bro, everybody's got their role in this house. They got to do it. And I was like, oh, I love that. Because, like, that makes it easy for everybody.
Everybody shares.
everybody, you know, everybody got responsibility. Everybody got their part. Everybody got a part in this family. You know, it's a team thing. Everybody helps everybody out.
No, and all these kids like mine, single kid, love you, buddy, and I know you're listening. But, you know, he has no idea what that's all about. You know? But at the same time, he probably had a lot bigger load at times, too. So there's that. Whatever. You thinking laundry, yeah?
Thinking laundry.
All right. I'll let you hand the mic back to them. Mic back to them. I learned how to talk. So, lastly, ladies, you're each going to take a turn because there's something the guys haven't done it yet because I'm probably not done with them. They're just starting to get into their shine. But I like to do where you throw love at one or more. I mean, like, of somebody that has helped you along your rugby journey. Like, you know, because this is all inclusive and we lean on each other so much, like we've been talking. If you were to pick one person, I mean, or two, whatever, it's up to you. Like, don't overwhelm yourself. I'm not trying to do that, but, like, you know, run with it.
I thought of like 10 people for real. Oh man, I don't think I can give credit to just one person. It takes a village. Like, if you think it takes a kid, like a village for a kid, like doing this stuff, it takes a village. Like, I'll probably just say my family and his family, because I think, yeah, I'm the youngest in my family. I'm a baby. I have 5 older brothers and a sister, and yeah, and so I was like the me and the baby with a lot of pressure of doing everything your siblings didn't do. So I was just like the golden child for like everything was just invested in me. And Samuel's the first boy I brought home, and I never wanted to introduce anyone to my family until I knew I was certain. But we did 3 years, 2.5 years long distance. I was in Australia, he was in New Zealand, and we did 2.5 years long distance. So when my family met him, he was already in New Zealand in the Crusaders Academy, and
To be fair, I was like, because she lived in Sydney and my family lived in Sydney also.
Oh.
And so I would go fly back to see both. And I would kind of go back, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 times a year. So that was bad, but yeah, we're still waiting months at a time without seeing each other. So.
Yeah, it's a huge sacrifice.
yeah, so we did that long distance, and we were 18. And so I remember we just had my 21st in Melbourne, and I like broke the news to my family that I was gonna go move to New Zealand, because I don't know how long they expected me to do long distance for. And I think my family was just upset because I had a lot going for myself. Like I was really into my dancing and had like a really good job. But it was just, I thought, oh, I can dance anywhere. Moved to New Zealand in Christchurch, a real small town. Like it's a city for them, but
Church.
but it's small compared to Sydney and Melbourne. And the opportunities is smaller for a dancer. But when I see how much he was sacrificing and the hard work that was happening, like I said, that rugby became my goal as well. And yeah, my family, they were really worried for me, but they were so supportive. And anytime we needed to, like, I had to go back or anything happened, like, my sister flew to New Zealand for the birth of Silas because we were there for rugby. And so a lot of sacrifice went into it. And my dad, growing up, my dad used to be a rugby player, and ever since all I heard was, Tani dude, don't ever date a rugby player. They are selfish. That's all I did. And that was what I said to him. I was like, oh, you play rugby? Oh, yeah, rugby players are selfish. He really had to fight. And then later on, I was like, Dad, you can't say that. You need to say the sport is selfish. What they ask from the boys is selfish because they be asking a lot sometimes and forget about families, forget about lives. And yeah, and I say shout out to his family because I know they didn't want us together at the start. Homeboy was trying to chase goals, you know, it's not the best timing, but it was clearly God's timing, so blessings to God. But they're so supportive now and encouraging of us and always give me love for everything I did for him and vice versa. So yeah, I'd say my family is his family. And these three over here, that goes without saying, right? When we leave, I'm gonna cry because these three.
I don't even want to get emotional right now.
She's like, I don't want to miss you yet.
Hold on. Yeah,
that's
these
adorable.
three yeah, I really give all the glory to the Lord for blessing me with these three. Like, yeah, they remind me of home. Like I have 12 nieces and nephews, so being here, I'm like, this is home. It reminds me so much of it. So, yeah. And the couple group, shout out to everyone in the couple group.
That's not here.
That's not here. That was 20 people, my bad.
Love it. It's a hard one to go after, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go off of the Tani and Sarah thing. I can't just do one or two. For me personally, I would say I feel like I'm working on. I'm the youngest. We're the youngest. You know, like I'm in college. Like I was in college when everything happened. I just graduated high school, so I was just walking in blind at this point, just going based off brothers, so many sisters, where it's like, oh, I'm with Samu and Sammy, I'm straight. No, for real, like there'll be times where, you know, for example, in high school I'll be with other dudes, other bros, and like, I'm not saying it. I was like, no, it's never with so-and-so. I know that. But with them, it's like, oh no, I'm straight. Yeah, like I'm straight. Like, oh yeah, we good. Or if I'm with the girls, it's like, I got you. Yeah, like not even on acting a fool or anything like that. It's just like, when we go out, I know, where's Stunning? Where's she at? She at the blaster by herself? Yeah, let's go. Or they'll be like, what's this now? Oh, she's over there getting shit. Yeah, let's go. Or if it's like, you know, other uncomfortable situations too. Or for instance, like this weekend, it's like, and she's just on it. Don't gotta ask no questions, no confusion. It's just, you know, I got their back, they got my back, I got their back. Yeah, that's how it is. Like, their kids are my nieces and nephews. Her son is my baby. No, for real. I'm the baby. I'm hecka close in age with
They're big sis and auntie depending on the situation.
no, really. Other times I saw her, I'm like, okay, wait, what's the situation? What's the name?
They check them like aunties.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they just,
Yeah, like, even when I make posts about their kids, you know, it's like, oh, I'm out with the nieces and the nephews. Or, because I live with Sammy and Marty, it's just like, I wake up, I decide, like, or I just be playing with him, you know, it's just, it became a part of my way of living, but I'm not alone, you know. I'm not the one who has to provide for my, like, from my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, my family, alone. You know, my culture, I mean, the elders, you're supposed to be the example, you're supposed to set the tone for the family, for pretty much everyone also represents their last name and just the family for the most part.
Or you're the oldest daughter in your family?
I'm the oldest
God.
daughter, niece, cousin, granddaughter.
She's the youngest in our flock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that part, yeah. But in your family, you're the oldest. Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, see, oh, wow, the responsibility spread.
Yeah.
Wow,
and that's
okay.
like this guy and that guy. They're
The oldest, and when
They're the
one of
babies.
babies.
Oh, interesting.
But we're
And then you're the oldest, but the baby is the current. Yeah.
But I find that as a blessing in disguise, though, you know, because God really brought us all together in some way, shape, or form, giving us all these ups and downs, but it's helped us grow, not just as a partner to our significant others, but as an individual and as a person for the world. Like, they've taught me so much about charity, they've taught me so much about spiritual health, mental, physical, emotional, how to handle situations, especially when I'm on my own. They've given me that sense of peace in multiple ways. In more ways I think I can really express, you know. But I know they know because they know my heart and I know theirs. I know if I'm down bad, they will be there. I know if they're down bad. They know if they're down bad, I got them. Like, even if my world's falling apart, I'm going to make sure they're good. And I know it's vice versa. All of us. It sounded like that. You know, even with the other girls who aren't here no more, because, you know, their partners, they got traded and they were given the best opportunity to and just seeing them flourish, you know, just grow like that. For real,
Just
Adrian,
boy.
them,
That's exactly what I figured you're talking about.
but also it's just like just seeing those boys together and grow and also part ways. It's all us cheerleading for them from afar. Like we have people in Texas, we had one go from Miami, now he's back. And then it's just
Lex.
for real, like it was sad seeing him leave, but honestly, I don't know, just seeing all the boys just take scary steps forward. Even though, you know, those are the boys, like these are our partners' boys, but you know, to the pros now, it's just like all of like, we'll just sit back and be so proud. Like we'll all, you know, like we'll just be chilling here, just sipping on the freaking gumbo, and then we'll just see a post and we just all get so excited and emotional, like yeah, they did it. Because if you think about it with rugby, yeah, you play for a team, it's one man for himself. You have to make those uncomfortable decisions, you know. But at the end of the day, if you have genuine people who really care for your work, and make sure that you grow, or make sure that you keep it on your mind, let's stay ahead of the game, you know. Those are the ones who will really help you grow as an individual as well as an athlete. And I think that like with them, that was my favorite part.
Love it. Thank you for sharing.
I love listening when someone said. I'm just like,
Yeah.
taking it all in, you know what I mean?
It's really
'Cause we
good
don't
vibes.
think it- And you know, like, I'm not one for credit. I'll say it like this, like, I believe in being a vessel. You know what I mean? Like, and we all are the same in that sense. Like, oh, if I got it, I'll give it. You know what I mean? I'm not here counting my problems. I'm not here counting the amount of chores and things I gotta do. It's all love. And if you desire to help others, you'll make time. You know what I mean? Regardless. And it's not doing it and counting that you're gonna reciprocate that. We do it because we want to. You know, because we know what it's like. We've been there. You know, and we hope that the goal is to pay it forward. You feel me? It's not doing it because like, I want you to remember me when you get rich and pay back, you know, whatever. There's nothing to pay back. I'm not counting tags. We never count tags. I remember when Samu first started, yeah, we fight for the tags. And Donnie flew across the passenger seat in front of me to pay my big foot. I was like, hey, don't you ever. And then yesterday I smacked her for the tabs.
Just know when she flew over, she took the card out of the barista's hand and threw her card at me.
She threw it at the barista. But we have moments. Every time I'm going to the store, I already know I'm gonna fight these two to pay the tab on something. But yeah, I love this whole family, and I love that there's I can't say one. I'd say God's foundation to all of this. You know, I believe that He sets people in the paths that you need or they need. You know what I mean? It goes both ways. Like my church family, when we were abroad, I wasn't even like Christian like that. I was a lost sheep or whatever. But always like, yeah, okay, I believe in God, that's enough. It was when He would be gone Thursday to Sunday and come back, or go training, come back, and I would see him sometimes, you know? And
Yeah.
I gotta figure it out. I gotta stick it through. You know, how do I fake a smile to the kids when I'm feeling like crap? You know, I had a crap day. I just want to talk to them. It was the church family. It was me getting down on my knees. Like, seriously. And I remember talking to my mom. And I was like, I hate this life. You know, there's no family. The money's great. I get it. We have, all the fancy things, but I'm running out of my cup is empty. I have nothing to plus it. And this guy, no matter how tired, he would just, babe, what you want me to do? And I feel so bad for him, you know? His team went close to training and out. He crushed. Because in the beginning, there was no car. He would run to training in the snow. Well, it was still dark. I would be like 2 miles out. He's running to training and back. And I feel selfish to have to ask more from him. You know what I mean? Like, he's dealt with all this other stuff. He's learning the culture, the rugby on another level. You know,
far away from
keep
home.
Up. Yeah, we both share that. There's no family there, so it's like, how do you stick it through? It was that. There was the family culture in those rugby clubs out there were incredible, like impeccable. They looked out for the kids. They had coffee mornings. The moms get together, gym mornings, like. You were not alone, but there's different sides to us, right? There's our mental, our physical, our spiritual, our emotional, and this guy helped so much in ways that he doesn't know, but he always downplayed himself, like, hey, I'm so sorry, I gonna be like, oh, I can't emphasize not enough. And I'm not saying this to preach. This is real. This is raw. You know what I mean? But it was my church family were Catholic, and the relationships we created there, and then the rugby family and our families. Like even though we're miles away, I check in. How's home, Mom? How's he doing? You know, and I wouldn't even tell them what he's going through because I'm like, when he's short, I have to put back to him. Yeah, mate, hey, we did this. I never done this. Day we were training in the mud. We had to carry ropes, and, you know, boxing gloves and chains, or carry another rugby player. You know, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what you went through is nothing compared. So I would just be like, maybe that is. You're living the dream. This ain't nothing to you. From where you came from, you'd rather be here, you'd rather be there. You know what I mean? So,
You're so
whole
funny.
shebang,
It's dark no matter what, but we're good.
no,
Thank you, Sammy.
sorry.
No. What you're
So
saying
many
is
people-
huge, Lo.
Yeah, like we fall short, but this, you can't fake this. You can't just walk, you know, pick people and we come together. I don't know why, but we need each other. Since they think they need me, they don't know what they give me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, experience, but man, it goes both ways. And all credit, legit, foundation, God, and this skills family helps with all the aspects, especially in their mental. Rugby players don't talk about it enough. But when we were in France, so many suicides, you know? It's like so sad to see guys that you see put on a smile, they got the money, they have the game time, but boom. You never know, but it's not talked about, you know what I'm saying? So this Galapo thing or whatever helps with that. There's an outlet, you know? And I love that. I'm proud of these guys for keeping it up, because that brings us together. You know, and these
Yeah.
relationships, even with the rod, like we still keep in touch. And I love that. That's irreplaceable, priceless. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, because like wags don't get talked about, they don't get interviewed, you know, and the reality is there's a lot of curiosity out there, you know, wondering what y'all are going through in general. I say you guys, but you ladies, you know.
Sorry,
And,
I'm talking too much.
no, it's your platform. It's you talk how much you want, and you say what you think is important, because I haven't watched any podcasts that anybody talks to the wags, have you? So like I think it's very important.
That's crazy.
I bet you those wags will watch this and be like, man, I know what, that's how I feel.
Right. And some of the things that have been said amongst you ladies have to come from you. Nobody else can put those words in your mouth. And thank you for saying it. Thank you for sharing your perspective, because there's no wrong answer. Well, thank you. I'm gonna shut down the camera. I think they're all like overwhelmed right now that like I just talked that long. I can't believe I went longer than 10 minutes. Thank you.